Hello bitches, hi guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today, I am going to review the new TV show on Netflix called You. Now, I heard about this show a while ago, but obviously I didn't have time to watch it. It was on Lifetime originally, and I didn't have time to watch it. I had too many of my shows I'm watching, and then it got moved to Netflix. So the whole season, the first season is on Netflix, and because it's the break, I decided to binge it over this weekend. And I literally watched the show within literally 2 days. And here I am, and I have a lot of feelings. I'm not going to say what I am yet. I'm going to give you, as always, I'm going to give you the non-spoiler review. And then I'm going to give you the spoiler, but we're going to, discuss stuff, because, I have a lot to say, yeah? So, pretty much, the show, if you don't know what the show is, it's on Netflix, it's a Netflix original. So, the show is about this guy named Joe, who is a bookstore manager, owner, whatever, and he falls in love with this customer that he sees who comes into his shop one day. Her name is Guinevere Beck, which she goes by the nickname Beck, and he becomes obsessed with her. He has a crush on her, but then he slowly becomes obsessed and he becomes a stalker. And throughout the show, pretty much, he does all this crazy stuff. He watches her pretty much in her window. He's a creep. He's a freak, yeah. He's a creep. He's a creepy guy. We don't stand. And he watches her, whatever, and then eventually she goes out with her friends and she gets drunk, and her friends, and I think her friends leave her, or she leaves her friends and she's drunk. She falls onto these train tracks, and then he saves her life, and then from there, they become a thing, and she falls for him, she loves him, blah, 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 blah. And each episode, crazy shit happens. It's a really, really, it's an interesting show. It's also very kind of uncomfortable to watch at times, because he's a stalker and he's creepy, and it's and it's very conflicting, because at one point you kind of like their relationship, but then at the back of my mind I'm holy crap, he's actually still, he's still a stalker. I have to kind of pull myself back and not get as invested, because I'm this isn't, he's a creep, we can't like this, this is yuck. So, the non-spoiler review is that it's a very, very interesting show, and it's a very good binge show. It's a good show to binge, actually. So if you have nothing to do for a few days, or, if you're home for the weekend, or you're on holidays, watch the show. It's very addictive. You'll get addicted to it, and, you just want to know what happens, and then, the mystery unravels, things happen. So, it's a solid show. Very good to binge. So, interesting is, the right word for me to describe it. Because you get so engrossed in the story, and, it's just, and you hear the story from, Joe, the stalker's point of view, and it's really creepy, but he really loves her, but he's obsessed. Oh my god, it's creepy. Watch it. It's a good show to binge. So overall, I would probably give it, out of 5 stars, maybe 4.5. It's a very solid show. So check it out. It's on Netflix. Now, for the spoiler review. Now, if you haven't watched the series at all, please stop watching this video, because I am going to give you the tea and the big spoiler moments. So stop watching now. You have been warned. Okay, so without further ado, I literally just finished watching the series today, an hour ago, and I'm pissed. In a good way, but a bad way. I don't know, so if you've watched the show, obviously you know at the very end of the series, the last episode, the girl Guinevere Beck, he kills her in the very end. He kills her, and I was so annoyed, because why did I have to kill her off? I was rooting for her to survive and to escape him finally, and then he killed her. And then he's gonna do it to another girl, but the plot twist is that the girl, the very end, is actually his ex-girlfriend, who we thought was dead, but is alive, I think. But I really wanted Beck to live, and I hated that they killed her off. I hated that. I was just after all that, after getting engrossed in her story, and then having her, fall in love with Joe, and all this stuff, and, it's, for her to die at the very end, it was just so sad, and I'm it broke my heart. I was rooting for her so badly, and she should have just killed him and left, but because she bashed him with the hammer. But oh my god, I know this is out of order. I should really be starting from the first episode, but you watch the show, so I'm just gonna rant about everything. So I really wanted her to live, and then the Parker. Okay, the thing about this show is that all the characters are shady as fuck. Yeah, Like, pretty much 90% of the characters are shady. Although, I really love Peach, who Shay Mitchell plays. I love Peach, but once I found out that she was also obsessed with... Because I could tell that she had a crush, and she was kind of in love with Beck from, like, the first episode. You could tell, you could sense it. But to find out that she was actually obsessed, and she had, like, photos of her, like, you know, half naked, like, in bed and stuff, like, that's creepy. That's why I'm like, oh, Peach, girl. I was kind of rooting for you and Beck. I was like, you know, I would like that. But then I found out she was, like, a stalker too, kind of, not a stalker, but, like, she was obsessed with her. And I'm like, holy shit, Peach, my girl, what are you doing? But, however, you have to commend Peach. She's the only one who knew something was up with Joe, to be honest. She was the only one who, like, knew some shit was going down. She was shady of him at the start, like, good girl, like, maybe because she could recognize the signs because she was doing the same thing to Beck. That's smart, yeah? So she could probably recognize the signs that, you know, so she's like, you know, Joe's creepy, like, what the hell? Anyway, she... And then Joe literally said, oh my god, there's so much to say because I watched it. All the episodes are like muddling in my head because I binged it all. Joe was in Peach's like house, you know, when Beck was there because he wanted to keep an eye on Beck to make sure Peach wasn't doing anything, you know, shady to her. And then he peed in the jar, and he put this jar back on the shelf. So now evidence of his urine, which is ew, yuck, is in her house. And now the private investigator is like investigating the death of Peach because like he killed her with the gun, her gun. So I feel like in season 2, it's been renewed for a second season. He's probably going to find the urine in the container glass thing, and it's gonna go to shit. Like what the hell? But anyway, besides the point, I loved Peach until I found that she was obsessed and crazy. But like, she was the only one who knew. You know, she was the only one who cared enough to like realize the signs that Joe was being creepy. Her other friends are actually alright. We didn't really get to see much of them. Actually, you know who I loved? Her friend, who was it? Annika. Annika and Ethan, Joe's friend. When they got together, that was really cute. We stand them, okay? They're cute. We like them too, okay? They're the only good ones in the show, yeah? And, like, the thing about Joe as well is, even though he was, like, a creep, his relationship with Paco, the kid next door, was so sweet and sincere, and like it was really cute. But at the back of my mind, I'm like, he's a stalker, like he's crazy, but he genuinely cared about this kid. And then his mum and her boyfriend, who was like, he would abuse them and stuff. It was just like oh no, I can't. And then anyways, Joe ends up killing Ron, the mum's boyfriend, because he was gonna get Parker, because Parker had enough and like whacked him with a bat. Do you blame him though? To be honest, like 10 episodes, this kid was like, and like for months and months, this kid was like, you know, having to deal with all this shit, and finally he had enough. Like, can you blame him? So he like, you know, ends up running away and stuff. And then Ron ends up going after him, then Joe kills him, like, to protect Parker, which I get that. I get that. But then he covers up the body, and, like, he does what... And then Parker, like, witnesses it, like, he's like, you know, can't tell anybody, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's gonna fuck him up in the future. And then Parker was, like, the last remaining, like, glimmer of hope in the show that I had. And then when Beck is trying to escape, she unlocks the door, then there's, like, another door that she can't get out. And Parker's there. Look, and he's like, and he gets, I think he got scared, because he trusts Joe, Joe's his hero, he's like, you know, he could trust her, he's like, the dad he never had, or like his older brother, kind of, in a way, so he trusts Joe with his life, but like, you know, he knows what Joe's capable of, but seeing Beck, you know, I think he got scared and he ran away, but like, him walking away, I'm like, damn, Parker, I was rooting for you to like, help her, but like, he was like a kid, like, what's, like, I get it, but, like, I was really annoyed at him. I was like, fuck you, idiot. Like, but what could he do? He didn't have the key to unlock it. But he could have got help. But he didn't. But, like, he looked up to Joe. That's why he trusted Joe. This show, man, gave me so many emotions in that last episode. Anyways, what was I saying? Do we like the characters we like? Yeah. We liked Peach until she was crazy. We loved Ethan and Annika as a thing, and we loved... They're like the only good ones in the show, legit. They're the only innocent ones. They're just living their life, doing their thing. We stand. The therapist, John Stamos, love him. I didn't even realize that he was like screwing Beck, like having an affair with Beck, or Beck was having an affair with him for like not long. But then he became obsessed with her. I'm like, oh my god, this show. 3 people are literally fucking obsessed with her. With Beck. Like, are you kidding me? With that, like, what the hell? That's crazy. Like, and then the whole plan to pin it on the therapist so Joe can, like, get away, you know, scot-free or whatever, is insane. And it's so smart because Beck suggested that to him. Oh my god, I can't. And now he's, what's his name? Dr. Nicky is, like, in jail or whatever because they pinned on the murder. They pinned the murder on him. Now he's gone. Like, and it's like there were times when with the relationship between Joe and Beck, there were times when I'm like, this is actually really cute. Like, you know, he genuinely loves her. But then I'm like, wait, no, he's a stalker and he's manipulated all this. Like, you know. And then you find out that his childhood, the original book owner, the owner of the bookstore, kept him in that cage in the basement. He kept him in there to, like, teach him lessons and stuff. And, like, you could see why Joe's childhood and then why he is who he is today, like, how it fucked him up. Like, that, obviously, you know, as a teenager would, you know, psychologically traumatize him. And then Candace, his ex-girlfriend, so he originally cheated on him with her record manager deal person. But then so she shouldn't have cheated. No one should cheat, ever. But, you know, cheating's no. But then Joe ends up killing Candace's lover, the one she was cheating on with. Like, she ends up pushing him off a building, and he falls to his death. And then he becomes like, oh my god, there's so much shit. He's such a fucked up kid. So much shit's happened to him. And, like, in a way, I kind of feel a little bit sorry for him, because, like, you know, he's had his girlfriends cheat on him, whatever. The only girl was that chick, Karen. Was it Karen? Karen. The one when he broke up with Beck, when Beck left him, he went with Karen for a little bit, for a few months. We stan her, only. We only stan her, yeah. Beck cheated on him, so we don't really stan her. But, like, at the same time, I feel sorry for her because she's dead. But, like, Karen was the only good one, yeah? We stan Karen. Love her. And she even warned Beck about Joe, to be honest. She warned her. So, Karen's the real MVP of the show, to be honest. Like, I don't know anybody else. I already know Karen. She's out living her best life, now we stan a queen. Like, seriously. I mean, oh my, nah. This show is just a crazy ride. And, like, you kind of root for a few characters, but, like, I was rooting for Beck the whole time. Until the point when you found out she was actually cheating with the therapist. I'm like, holy shit. Like, didn't think that would happen. But there she was. And I'm like, damn it, girl, like, why? Like, I lost a bit of respect for her because she cheated. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? But, like, obviously it's not as bad as what Joe's been doing. But that's not, I mean, he kills Beck's, what's his name? Benji. Benji and Beck were together at the very beginning, like her last boyfriend before him. But he was a very toxic guy. Anyways, what's his name? Joe ends up killing him in the basement. Poisoning him. Killed him. He kills Peach. He kills... Actually, no, he didn't kill the therapist. He killed somebody else. Who did he kill? He killed Ron. He killed... Everyone who's gets into Beck's life and he's always ordered... Because Candace... And then we found... Okay. Let's just talk about Candace for a second. So, she cheated on him. He pushed her lover off the building. She apparently disappeared off the face of the earth, ghosted everybody, moved to Italy, and we assume that she's dead because we assume that Joe killed her because, you know, she betrayed him, she doesn't love him anymore, like, he's like, fuck you, he killed her. But at the very end, she's like, comes back, but I don't know if it seemed to be like she's alive, but it could be that it's his hallucination, but I don't think so. I think she's genuinely alive. So she's been actually away for, like, this whole time. Because he showed Beck her Instagram, she changed her name. Her last name. So, yeah. So she is alive. But he's still keeping tabs on her. So now she's back, in the end, she comes back and says, we have unfinished business. Like, what the hell? Like, that's what's got me like, okay, I need to watch the next season. Like, this could be really interesting. But I really love Beck, and I didn't want her to die. But I'm so invested in this Candace storyline as well, you know what I mean? This review is all over the place. But, like, I'm doing my best. So, holy crap. It's a show that really makes you think. Like, you wouldn't expect, and the voiceovers, and you know, the point of view from Joe, and then, like, you know, sometimes Beck, it's really interesting to hear his point of view. it's creepy and it's, like, scary, but it's really interesting to hear it and to, like, you know, kind of know what goes through his head when, you know. But I couldn't really get invested into their relationship because I'm like, as I said, at times I was cute and I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, you know, he's kind of good for her. If he wasn't a stalker, like, he genuinely cares about her, like, compared to her toxic boyfriend Benji. Like, no thank you. But, I mean, you know, so it's a very conflicting show, actually. But we don't like Joe at all. Like, we don't like him. He is just, he kills a Beck and then he just goes after the next girl. And now it's Candace. Well, she's back, so, like, I'm intrigued. So, yeah. It's very, very interesting. So I don't know what else to say, but, did I miss any other characters? I didn't think I did. I think I mentioned all the characters I wanted to mention. Oh, yeah, we had Beck's dad and his family. But guess that's kind of irrelevant now because she's dead, so we're not going to really find out much about her. Unless the dad comes back to, like, find out what happened to his daughter, maybe. But the dad was interesting. Like, that was weird, that family thing. Like, you know how I would like to see the cop. You know the cop who pulled over Joe when he was going to Peach's house or something? And then he took his registration down. Like, I want him to come back because, like, he's you know, he knew something was off with Joe. Like, he knew something was wrong with that. So, I want him to come back, and this private investigator dude, like, I want him to expose Joe and, like, find... I kind of want Peach to be alive still, to be honest, but, like, she's not. But I want Peach to come back, because she's such a cool character, despite her being obsessed and shit. But I really liked her as a character. I love Shay Mitchell, so, you know. But, yes, I wonder what's going to happen in Season 2, like... I think it's supposed to follow the second book in the series, I think. But I don't want to spoil it for myself. But, what did you guys think? If you have watched it, obviously you have. If you've watched this far, you've obviously watched it. What did you guys think of the show? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear all your thoughts and your theories and your opinions. Who you liked, who you didn't like. Let me know because I'll be replying and I'll be, like, you know, discussing it with you guys. Because I think it's such an interesting show to talk about. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. And, yeah, you can watch You on Netflix. It is a Netflix original right now on Netflix, obviously. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later in the week, or what's today? Sunday, so next week. Whenever. You get another video soon. Love you guys. Ciao for now. Bye!